సో మనం ఏం చేద్దాం అనుకున్నామంటే నేను కంప్లీట్గా స్క్రాచ్ నుంచి నీకు ప్రాక్టికల్గా చెప్తాను లైక్ వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ we will do right now is we'll try to create a Node.js server using Express package along with it MVC architecture అనమాట. So we already studied that what is model, what is controller, what is routes and stuff. సో నేను ఒక్కసారి ఆ ప్రాపర్ మాంగోడిబి యొక్క మోడల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఎలా ఉంటుందో ఒక ప్రాక్టికల్గా సెషన్ చెప్తాను. సో అది మీరు నెక్స్ట్ టైం నుంచి ఇంకా ఏపీఎస్ అన్ని క్రియేట్ చేయగలగాలి ఆ విధంగా. సో ఓకే, సో నితీష్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఇన్. Okay, so make sure that you are properly clear my you are hearing my voice clearly. So adokati make sure cheyandi. Keep yourself mute. మీరు మాట్లాడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Just let me explain the workflow complete end to end. Okay, so if you have any questions, you please stop me in between and ask me the questions. Okay, so let me start. So this is a completely new system what I have taken, right? Nitish, what?
ఏం లేదన్న
ఏం లేదా? ఓకే, సో యూ కెన్ స్టాప్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ క్వశ్చన్స్. సో నౌ లిసన్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. సో నా స్క్రీన్ కనిపించాలి, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ షుడ్ బి క్లియర్. సో లెట్ మీ షేర్ మై స్క్రీన్. ఎంటైర్ స్క్రీన్ ఐఎమ్ షేరింగ్. షేర్ సౌండ్స్, దిస్ ఇస్ ఫైన్. ఓకే, here this is clear. So I have opened a simple Google Chrome. Then let me open my file manager. So inside my file manager, I'll start in D drive. I will create a folder which is called as backend. This is how generally we create our backend. So when I'm inside my backend folder, I'll open this using command prompt cmd /. It will open me in our Visual Studio Code. Once it opens in VS Code, let me close remaining things, the terminal and the file manager view. Just accept it, maximize it, and close. So this is the state where we are. So now what is the first step generally we do is, the first step, we'll check for the Node.js, then we'll install our package.json file, we'll init our files, then we'll start. So I'll do it quickly because every one of you already know this. So let me open Control J. So on clicking of Control J, what opens? It's opening us terminal. So on terminal, I'll just confirm is my Node.js exist or not? Node -v. So my node exists. So clear this. Now let me install npm init -y. So this is the base command to start a server. So this will generate as a package.json file. Enter చేస్తున్నాను. So this should generate me file. So now see here, so the default main file. So this is very important factor, right? So index.js, it is created. So by default, మన node package manager ఏం చేస్తుందంటే index.js create చేస్తుంది. So now here I'll create a file called index.js. So this is how I compare and how I create. So this is the first step. Now clear the screen again and now install npm I express. So this is the base one minimum package required. So it is installing. Good. So now what happened is a node model folder got and a lock.json is also created. So ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేద్దామంటే, let's clear this again and now let me run the app. So index.js. So to create Express, so we are just creating Express here. So creating an Express app. So inside Express app, so we all know basic concepts, right? So we need to require a file. So const express is equals to require in single quotations, I'll call my express. So I'll make it quick because we already know. This is one step. Once you create, then you need to initiate it. So again, create a variable called const app is equals to express the above variable, which becomes a function call now. So this is how we write. Then the one function from an app we call app.listen. So this is the basic syntax and basic function actually, which takes 3001 as a port number as a first parameter, and second parameter is a callback function. Yes. So inside a callback function, we just write a normal console message that we aware our Node.js server has started. So CLG, that is console dot log off, we can say a message saying server is running on HTTP colon slash localhost colon 3001. This we can write here and semicolon. So now this is the basic app what we write. So to run this, two ways. One is like node index you can write, right? So node space index.js that is running me a server. If you go to this URL, control click, obviously this is the Chrome way that how you are looking at your output. So this is a one thing. So now if I write a get method, so let's say there is a sample get method, initial method. So what I can write app.get, inside app.get, you will have a first parameter as a URL, that endpoint we generally call, then we have a callback function. So this is the basic what we do every time. So here you have two receiving variables, receiving parameters, which express get function is providing us. So this get function, inside a get function, there is a callback function, and this callback function always gives us two variables. So that this is like express is doing it. So the first one is always request, comma, then a response. So now what I can do here, rust dot send. So this will actually generate as a message saying okay, so this I can type, or generally what I do is JSON object, anything we can do. So let's say this just okay. So ఒక basic route అయితే ప్రతి దాంట్లో పెట్టుకుంటాము general గా. Any big server apps, we will have this basic route saying that okay, మన node server పనిచేస్తుంది అని. That's it. So now what happens if I have changed a lot of code now, but my terminal, see, my server is didn't restarted automatically. So what I need to do, if I check here, if you reload this, nothing happened because our code is not got compiled. So now control C, again, node index.js. If I go here, if I refresh this, now I got. So this is a problem. So every time what you need to do, you need to change some code and you need to restart your server, like control C, then run your command. So that is a difficult task. It will take like a lot of time, like it will waste a time, developers time. So we will introduce a new thing that we will run this using a package.json file. So inside package.json file, comma, so this is an object. So the object will have a key and value. This is a JSON object and comma separation. So now in comma separation, we'll keep a def command called, now here I can have a node space index.js. The same thing, but I am doing it from package.json. So now npm run dev. So what exactly it does? It runs only this thing only. Okay, so now if I do npm run dev, it is running same thing and same, but still we have a problem. We need to restart it. Control C, close the terminal, then you restart it. So this is also a problem. Hence, we'll introduce a new package called as nodemon, right? So npm I nodemon. So this is a package which will help us to auto restart our server. Automatically, our server gets restarted when you do a control save on any file. So now what happened? Just happened package.json, a nodemon package got installed. Okay. So now let's introduce this nodemon in place of node. So now I am running my index.js file using nodemon package. So npm run dev. So now if I run this, so the server will automatically restart automatic. It will restart automatically. So now if I go to Chrome and if I reload it, it is getting output. Let's say on index.js have changed my OK to OA, OKAY. So I'm just changing a spelling. If I save this automatically, it should reload. So now what happened? It automatically got reloaded. And if I come here and if I refresh, so it got updated. So I didn't even touch my terminal to stop and to restart my server. So this is how a nodemon is helping us. So this is the first package that we learned. Express package we see and a nodemon package we see. So now let me create a routing. Okay. So now how I create routes. So here, if I want to create a route called app.get, inside get, there is a URL called /v1/login. So let's say it's an example route we are trying to create. So before login, let's create a register route. So that will be post. Yeah, login is fine. You can't say login. So let's create a register. Okay, register. So this is a route, but registration always a creation of data, right? So we'll put it as post data. So app.post method I am creating. So this is the route. But now if I separate this with comma callback function here, so this is how we generally do. So the logic will become a large, like logic can have a lot of steps, right? So it can consist of a lot of code, which is a database operation code and some calculation code. Hence, what we try to do, we don't write our logic inside this current file. So అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. So this is all you know already. That's why I'm going. So yeah. So now what I'm trying to say is this callback function can be a complicated for our scalability. So we remove this from here and we'll write a function. So how to write the function? Now create a controller. So we are going to create a controller here. So let me create a folder. So the folder will be called as controller. So inside my controller folder, I can have what? I can have a file saying register controller, right? Register controller dot js. This will be my file. So this file is a normal arrow function. So I can have a function called register here is equals to an arrow. That's it. So the controller must and should have an asynchronous function because we are always dealing with the data, and Node.js by default it needs to be asynchronous. So we have the async keyword. So it is chala important. Next, module dot exports. So the spelling will be yes, plural. Exports is equals to I want to pass a register function. So this is for single function we are passing. For multiple functions, we will use an object notation here. So now the register will have a CLG, which is a console.log saying hello. So I'm just confirming this function is getting executed proper. In index.js, what I'll do now, in place of second parameter. So we have written like ikkada manam intaku mundu callback function rasamo, but now we are just calling a function from another file. So that function is register. So this register is giving auto suggestion of like importing also. So if you do this, so now what happened? The require is happened automatically. So the require and the register is called here. So this is the first step. Like you create your route and you call a function here, which is a controller. So now if I go inside of a controller, this is my function. Okay, so now what happens if I hit this API? So if I hit this post API, what I should get? I should get a console.log hello. So let me hit that. So using what? Postman. So we'll use Postman. We are not going to like have the from form data. So Ardhamautunda, any questions till now? Vicky, you are understanding?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, good. So we'll talk about model and stuff also, but yeah. So these steps you have already practiced. So I hope you know all this. So let me focus more on model and MongoDB. So we'll focus on there. Password, I don't know. So it's opening a Postman. So you need to register, you need to log in. So there is a process for Postman. So Postman is a software application which helps us to test our APIs. So in big companies also people use Postman. First they develop an API, they test API on Postman, then they deliver to the front end people. Then the front end people start working on it. So that's the reason we are here. So what I'm trying to do is there is a test APIs, Pixel and Gemini we have. So now let me create, see, you can create a collection, you can start, but now first we'll completely start from new. So create a collection now. So I want a blank collection. So this blank collection is this. So for a blank collection, what we can do is we can rename this actually. So you can rename here saying Node.js underscore API. So you create your collections in this way. So once you clear, see, so the folder name is changed. This is a collection name. So this collection will have a request. So add a request now. So now I got a new request panel. So in this new request panel, we can have a registered keyword. So now what I have done, I have just renamed it to register, and this is not a get method, it is a post method. So this is a post method, and now here what we need to put, HTTP colon / localhost, because that is where we are running, right? So you can copy from here as well. So this is the URL, you just copy it and paste it here. So here we will have v1/register. So this is the API, post API. So if I click this API now, see, nothing, you will not get anything here because we are not returning anything back. So you will not get anything. But on terminal, if you see, you got help. Okay, so if you control this is restarted completely fresh. Now index.js, if I hit this API, this register function is getting triggered. This register function is in a controller. We call it as a controller. The controller has the help. Very good. So this is working. Now rest dot. Here also we can have rest, right? So we have a request, comma, response. So these are the two key variables, receiving variables we always having in our controller. So now rest.send, I'm sending it here, success, let's say success. Actually, you don't need, you are not allowed to use the send method. You are allowed to use different method. Let me share that. So let me create an object. Okay. So let obj, I'm just calling it an obj, is equals to a object. This object will include, one is status saying one as a success message. There is a message colon says success, SUCCESS, and there is a data key. So this is the actually అంటే ప్రొఫెషనల్ గా మేము ఇలా వాడతాం అన్నమాట, ఒక ఫార్మాట్ ఆఫ్ రెస్పాన్స్. ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని దేంట్లో పంపించాలి మీరు, దీంట్లో rest.send లో పంపించవచ్చు, rest.json లో పంపించవచ్చు. సో విల్ ట్రై బోత్ ద వే. సో rest.send, right? What happened? SEND rest.send, you have a obj. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇది పంపించాను అనుకోండి నేను. సో వాట్ ఐ విల్ గెట్, విల్ సీ. సో మీరు ఈ ఫార్మాట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. దిస్ ఇస్ ద వన్ న్యూ స్టఫ్, లైక్ యూ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ది సక్సెస్ మెసేజ్ అండ్ ఎంటీ డేటా. సో నౌ ఇఫ్ ఐ హిట్ దిస్ API, what I'll get అనేది చూద్దాం. See, I got exact object saying status 1, message successful and data. So this is the format you need to send the response. Okay. So now ఇక్కడ hello కూడా వచ్చింది. So this is getting triggered correct only. So the first parameter, like yesterday we discussed. So now it's a post method. So post method లో మనం ఫస్ట్ ఏం చూసాం, post method లో I'm writing a comment. In post and put method, we get the payload. We get payloads, right? Payloads as objects, like payloads in which where we get that request dot what we call it body, right? Request dot body. Here we get the data. So let me capture it here. So const, I'm destructuring the variable here, is equals to request dot body. So it's request dot body. So this one we get. So now what are the keys I'm going to receive from the payload? Like if someone is hitting an API, give me 1 second. Okay. So what I'm trying to understand is the request dot body how I am getting here. So let's say like the form data, that registration form data will have 3 to 4 keys. Like he will have a name we need, and we need a mobile number. Okay, mobile number. So the spellings what I'm using needs to be in a payload. So mobile number and email, let's say email and comma password. Confirm password and password are the both are the same thing. So it's okay if it is only password also fine. So right now a single password. And city, let's say city. Okay, these are the form fields on a React app you are posting. Okay, so now in request.body we get them. So we are destructuring as in this format. So now let's say CLG console.log of, let's say name. I'm getting name or not. I'm getting mobile number or not. I'm just checking. I'm getting email or not. I'm getting password or not. I'm getting city or not. So I'm just cross checking that I'm really getting here or not. If I'm get on line number 4, I can put it in I can store that, right? I can insert that in my MongoDB database. So I'm just checking. How to check that? Listen carefully. So from Postman. So in a Postman, there is a post method and it's a param. So this is a param. We don't need this. We need body. So we said right, request.body we get. So we need body. Inside body, there is a raw always. So raw with JSON. So this is the format of the data we send from Postman. So how to create that JSON payload? This way from Postman. So you will have name, saying double quotation. So it's a JSON. So definitely you have left side key as a double quotation format and value. So JSON will be Santosh, name, comma. We have a mobile number. The spelling should be same, mobile, capital NUMBER. Here we will have like what type of data we need to store. This is also string because 7093946332, let's say. Comma, we need what we need. We just check mobile number, email we need, password we need. So let's have email colon saying abc@gmail.com. So this is my email, comma, let's have the password also, password, comma, let's have 123 comma, we have city. City is equals to, it's an also string, which is Hyderabad. So this is the data what I am trying to post to my V1 slash register route. Let me send this. Click on send. We got an error, right? Definitely we get an error. Why? Because see here, cannot destructure property name. So maybe I have missed some spelling. Name, the spelling mistake. No, the spelling is correct. Name. Request.body is also correct. So what I'm missing? Yeah, the error is saying that cannot destructure property name means this request.body didn't received any data. యాక్చువల్లీ మనకు రిక్వెస్ట్ డాట్ బాడీలో డేటా ఉంటుంటే ఆ నేమ్ అనేది డీస్ట్రక్చర్ అయ్యేది కదా. మీకు ఇక్కడ డేటానే లేదు, హౌ ఇట్ విల్ డీస్ట్రక్చర్? దట్ ఈస్ ద సెన్స్, లైక్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ గెట్, ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ గెట్. సో data which you have passed, this payload data is a JSON data, and you need to make sure this JSON data is traveling on the internet, like maybe like it needs to parse and it will receive. So ఈ data అనేది as it is రాదు, సో మీకు డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ అవ్వదు. సో టు యాక్సెస్ ద డేటా, లైక్ మీకు పేలోడ్ లో ఉండే డేటా యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి మీరు ఏం చేయాలి అంటే యూ నీడ్ టు ఇన్స్టాల్ అ ప్యాకేజ్. Okay, so what package we are going to install now? The package name is body parser. So npm I body hyphen parser. So this is a package which actually helps us to get the data in a proper format to a Node.js server. So మీరు postman నుంచి కొడుతున్నారు అంటే it's from different software, right? So from there it needs to get, so that data needs to be properly formatted. So if you properly format that data, then only you will receive in the controller. ఇంతవరకు నేను చెప్తున్నాను. So if you install this will get installed. Okay, so now it installed. So let me restart the server. npm run dev. So I just terminated the terminal. Okay, so now what I need to do is in index.js we need to use body parser. So how? This way. So we can have what we can have app. So Express will use that. Use, there is a function. So inside use function, you use body parser. So what I have done, body parser, I have required it as a body parser, and the body parser is called inside use dot JSON. So there is a JSON method. So this is the single line code which actually helps us to transform our data into a particular format. Hence, you will receive that data here. So this is what about the request.body. So if I hit now send, see, now I didn't got any error, but I have got success. If I look at on my terminal, now I am able to capture all the data. So this is the key skill what we need to remember. So I got name, I got mobile number, I got email, password, and city as it is from the request.body. When this request.body will receive data, this will receive data when you use this body parser .json method. So this is the key we need to use. So using this only, we'll get the data. So this is clear now. So when we are getting data here, now what we are going to do? We are going to insert that data, insert the data into MongoDB or any backend service. Okay, MongoDB server, any database we can insert. So how to create a database now? So we all know already. So let me create a model. So there is a folder called model. Models, yeah, model. It's okay, model. So inside a model, let me create a model file. I'll say user. Okay, user.js. So this will be my model one. So in this model, before creating a model, you need to connect database also. So let me create a config file. So config, why I'm creating config? To have a database connection. So let me say database.js. So in this const db connect, I can have any function I want. So not a problem. Is equals to, it's an arrow function. ఇక్కడ ఒక్కటి లైక్ మన క్లాస్ అనేది వితిన్ 7 minutes or 8 minutes ఆటోమేటిక్ గా క్లోజ్ అయిపోతుంది. సో దెన్ అగైన్ ఐ విల్ షేర్ యూ అనదర్ లింక్, యూ కెన్ జాయిన్ ద సేమ్ లింక్. ఓకేనా? నాకు ఒక్కసారి కన్ఫర్మ్ చేయండి, ఆర్ యూ పీపుల్ లిసనింగ్ అండ్ ఇది అంతా మీకు తెలిసిందే ప్రాక్టికల్ గా, యు ఆర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఆర్ నాట్?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes.
యా, ఓకే, గుడ్. సో దీస్ ఆల్ మీరు జస్ట్ వినండి. సడన్ గా క్లాస్ క్లోజ్ అయినా కూడా ఐ కంప్లీట్ మోడల్ ఆల్సో చెప్తాను. సో విల్ జాయిన్ అగైన్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. సో db connect is a normal basic arrow function I am doing. So this arrow function includes a try catch block. Obvious కదా, try catch is a like API call చేస్తున్నామంటే we need to take care of our error handling. Error handling chala important. So now failed while connecting, like maybe something, we can write something, connecting underscores, comma, we will have an error saying message. So this is one of the error I'm writing for try. So now here I will have a const connection. There is a variable, I'm just keeping it, is equals to, now I need to use a Mongoose package. So let me install that. So I'm opening a side terminal. So this terminal is running and I'm opening another terminal. So here npm I Mongoose. So this is the package which helps us to actually talk with our MongoDB. So it will give you some functions, some syntax. So we need to use those functions and syntax to talk with our MongoDB database. So let me close this terminal again and minimize it now. So Mongoose, we need to have a Mongoose. So now await function we require. Okay. So await. So to write await, we must do async. So async await. Inside await, what I'll do Mongoose dot connect. So if this connect will accept a URL. So from where we get URL, generally we can use a .env file, store there and get it. So that do you want me to explain that also? Or I'll just use my direct URL, MongoDB URL. Okay, so I'll use my direct MongoDB URL here. So let me find the MongoDB URL now. So sign up with mongodb.com. So listen carefully, like 4 hours listening also a very basic time. So make sure that focus. I don't remember what's last. So you need to register and sign up for a MongoDB. And when you do like free like server setups and stuff, that will get created. So let's say I have a cluster already. So there is a project burn and stuff. So let me connect this now. So to connect, I'll open a connect your application drivers. Inside driver, you have this. So there is a MongoDB URL. So let me copy this URL and paste it in directly on URL. Okay. So this is the URL. I'll paste it. So here there is a password tag. So this is a tag. So you need to replace this tag with password. So I think I don't remember. So I'll go to my database access. So here there is a database access. There is a test DB user. I'll edit this and I'll edit the password saying 123 123 123. And I can update this user. So the username is testdb1, password is I just edited. So here the password will be 123 123 123. So don't include this password, do not include @ symbol. So please make sure that, so we got error, we solved it. So this is the URL. So after the URL, what I will write is if the connection object gets successful, let's say connection object gets successful, if it exists, if it has something, then the console log message will be database connected successfully. Database connected. So that's it. So if you see the terminal below, it is not showing a message because the function got created, but we never used it. So let's use this. So module dot exports, we already done this, save, and this how we exporting it. Now in index.js, it's like app express before get, you use that. So it's a DB connect. So it got required as well as it is getting called. So require చేయాల్సిందే and call చేయాల్సిందే. So now if you see the database is getting connected successfully. So So we understood properly, okay, the Mongoose package required, and you need to call a connect function, and this is how we are writing our database connection. Good. So we are done with the database connection. Now let's create a model. Focus on model now. So on model, so we need to decide what collection. So the MongoDB consists of like cluster. After that, you have database. Inside database, you have collections. Collections equals to directly tables. So one collection can consist of multiple documents. So let's see how it looks and what exactly it looks. So now I will write a comment creating a model using Mongoose. So Mongoose is the package actually. So that is generally helping us to create everything. So what is the syntax now here? Const. I can have any name. So because my variable, so user structure, let's say your schema or anything we can call. So structure, which is equals to, so new. So new is a keyword for like using like Mongoose function.